Hey little hoes, my name is Kristen and welcome back to my channel. So when you think 2020 couldn't get worse, it does. So there's a great awful thing that is going to be happening soon in this house. There is a pipe that is not quite working and it goes outside and feeds all the water supply for the yard. Well, in order to keep the yard from turning into a giant overcooked toaster strudel, that pipe needs to be repaired. So, Casey and his brother are going to be ripping up my sunroom floor because they suspect that's where the pipe is lying. So, see all these plants? They gotta be moved. All of them. So that is my unexpected disaster. I am trying to make the best of it though, because I have been wanting some new flooring, because whatever carpet this is was woven by demons, because it is very difficult to vacuum it up, any debris that falls on there. And being a plant room, it has a lot of debris. And there are cats. And cats like to make more debris, especially since they have big old booties that like to knock plants over, and the cat box is right here, so there's a lot of catular debris. So my thought was, any of the more delicate plants or ones I am particularly fond of, I'm going to move to the living room, try and figure out some space there. Anything that I suspect is going to be pretty hardy, or I just, don't care as much about, I am going to put in the shade outside for the time being. So yeah, that is what we will be doing today, kids, or at least a portion of it. I don't know that I'm going to have time to do it all today, but I'm going to try and get some of it done. So I'm going to make a pile right by this little half door here because the cat wants in and I think she's just going to be in my way. So I have locked her out for the time being, but mottled syngonium and Hoya bilobata, these guys I think I want to put in the living room. Medanilla magnifica, this guy is an extreme powder. I repotted it a few weeks ago and it is on the struggle bus, dropping leaves. She's dramatic. She's going outside. I think she might like the warm weather. If not, good riddance. So I'm gonna go set up a table outside for some of my smaller stuff. I'll be back. Sansevieria babies all going outside. Executive decision. I'm gonna put my painted lady philodendron outside because she's just a wonky lass and I think she could benefit from some more direct sunlight, and maybe the humidity will help too. And this is my Amorphophallus konjac, or voodoo lily. It is very happy outside at work, so I am just going to try and keep it well watered, remember about it, and I think it should do pretty good. I'm also going to be putting anything that's buggy outside too. The Hindu rope that I just had to retry has mealybugs again. I may or may not just let it die outside. We shall see. Also, some succulents and a ripsalis because I think they'll do fine out there. Out with the sunburst opuntia, Hoya bella. I think she could use some more sun. Giant fire sticks out. So Mangave, Freckles and Speckles, and the Agave Perry eye. I hope they do well. It should, thankfully it is warming up. We had such really cold, wet, rainy weather that I was a little bit worried about them out, but it's warming up. I think these guys will be happy. So I wanted to mention I have set up a table outside in the shade, and some of these plants, yes, they love full sun, but the lighting indoors is a lot less intense than outside, and so it's very possible to burn them, burn the foliage, just putting them out in more direct sunlight. So that's why even the sun lovers are going in the shade. Okay, so Hoya Lotherbachii. I almost killed it, and now it's putting on new growth, so I'm a little bit worried putting it outside, but I feel like the rest of the house is way too shady for it, so I'm going to take my chances with it outdoors. Aloe humilis and variegated jade are also going outside. Variegated jade probably needs to be treated for mealies, too. There's a little kitty paw just hanging out under the door. She's very, very upset that I'm not letting her outside or in the sunroom right now. Poor Frederica. Hoya publicalis that I didn't kill. And I'm going to take the time to also get rid of some things that just aren't doing it for me anymore. And this is a Ferrero cactus and what was a terrarium that is now filled with little weedy oxalis. So these two are probably gonna hit the road, Jack. And by that, I mean the compost pile. Some of my favorite things, hopefully they're not gonna pout at me too much after all this ordeal, but bear paw cactus and my little Haworthia garden with a bloom. I'm not too worried about the Haworthia. They're very sturdy guys, but these guys I think tend to burn a little bit, so I'm gonna put this baby deep in shade. Very hairy Hernia zebrina. And this guy poking Thelma over there. My boobs are named Thelma and Louise, by the way, as they like to go on high-speed chases, eluding the police. That's a Apuntia rufida minima, and this is, I forget the name, dogtail cactus, rat tail cactus. It's somebody's tail, and it's going outside. Mr. Madagascar palm, going out. Another Apuntia. This guy used to be a lot bigger, but he was getting out of control, so I lopped the paddle off and threw away the rest. And then a Haworthia I recently repotted that is already starting to fill it out. I am spilling so much dirt. Okay, so my Athona capensis is going out, and the Pilea peperomoides. And if this guy dies, I just don't care anymore. Euphorbia horrida, Aloe bellatula, and then Devil's Backbone Euphorbia. What did you do? What have you done? Yeah? Did mommy say no and you said yes? That's rude. That's rude. I need some water, and I'll give you some attention, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so I took a lot longer break than I expected. Had some water, hoovered down a burrito, and then hung out in the sunroom, staring off into space and consoling the cat for a while, letting her know that no, I'm not moving out. It's just these plants have got to go outside for a bit. Then I proceeded to have some anxiety poops, which, you know, maybe it was anxiety, maybe it was a burrito, maybe it was an exceptionally large cup of iced coffee I had this morning, or a combo of all three. Who knows? But yeah, I am back. I am not energized whatsoever, if anything, quite the opposite. But I want to get at least a little bit more done. At least some of the other small stuff, and maybe the hanging plants I'll save for tomorrow. But this guy was in the window. This is a crested Sirius, and it had some really nasty mealybugs. So he's going to go outside. I treated him, and I'll probably treat him again tomorrow. This is a silver nickel dickia, and it wasn't in the sunroom. It was in the kitchen window, but it tried to push itself right out of the window by getting wider and growing. So he's going to go outside, and when all is said and done, I might move him into the sunroom or into a new pot. We shall see. Also, I have decided that I'm going to try and turn this into something positive, and I am going to do a sunroom makeover. And like I said, I've been wanting to redo the floors, get rid of the carpet. I might do some other things in there too. I really want to get a new table for along this wall right here. Sorry, the lighting is abysmal. But this right here is literally just some stackable bins with a piece of wood on top. And that ain't pretty. And it's just been hanging out there since we moved in like 2.5 years ago, and I wanted some more planty space. So I might put a new table in. I also want to clean off all the ledges and repaint, since all that moisture is kind of chipped away a lot of the paint. Okay, so another crested Sirius down here. This is Ming Thing, I think it is. Can never remember. This is my poor Hoya latifolia, which was doing great till I went camping and the cats knocked down and knocked the two beautiful leaves off. So it's gonna go outside. You know, I've heard a lot of people have good luck putting Hoyas outdoors for summer. They like it, so maybe he will recover and be happy. And then this mustard pot is the Hadiora that I had in the living room. I moved it into the sunroom last week, or a couple weeks ago, I should say. It's put off a lot of new growth. He's going outside too. Very heavy Euphorbia lactea cristata and an Anacampesteros sunrise, which it's supposed to be very pink, and despite giving it full sun, it is not very pink at all. Ceropegia sandersonii, one of pretty much my first plant before I got the big one from SCC. Doing great. Huge. Aloe, I think Bellatula. It's in flower. It probably needs to be repotted soon, but that's a future me problem. Okay, I just discovered something pretty cool. The Bowia volubilis I have, or the climbing sea onion, put off little seed pods. So I had noticed these before, but didn't know if they were fertilized or not. But it looks like there are baby seeds in there. Quick save. So this is a big old Sirius Monvalia, I think it's changed to. It's going out right now because it's full of cat hair and it's leaning and it's heavy. Ah! Oh. Oh no. Sad looking succulent bowl and Farfugium. These guys are going out. I need to repot Farfugium too. And Napuntia micro daisies that needs a haircut, agave, variegated, and stapelia. Yet another aloe bellatula, little golem jade or something like that, and then pinecone cactus. No, Fred. Looks like I only have about 7 minutes left to get some more stuff done, so let's plow through this. So we've got maybe a Hoya Shepherdii, not sure, Peperomia Hope, and an unknown succulent that I kind of dislike but feel bad for getting rid of. Alright, couple other euphorbias, variegated opuntia, different species. Out! Euphorbia mammillaris, I believe, an old man of the Andes. Okay, living stones, lithops, and a little obesa. Oh god, so tippy. Alright. Well, I am going to put a pause on this since I'm almost out of film time, and I will be back. Alright, day 2, and I have a special guest that's going to help me finish this up. So now we're on to pretty much just a few little things in the hanging plants. So, okay, get this done. Oh, hold on, before we go, I want to explain what I got.
It's a plant.
So got a rickrat cactus and my big Ceropegia sandersonii. I had root rot and I've recovered it. This guy's gonna go hang up out there, and then the other guy's gonna be on the table.
Ooh.
Hold on. Hold on. Casey, stop. Stop.
Oh. She locked me out.
Hoya Cummingsiana going out.
What do you want, this one?
So we've got anywhere in the kitchen side. We got my blooming. Look at that Vanna Whites. We got my big old blooming curly lipstick. So he's gonna go on the back porch under the eaves. I think it's gonna be shady enough there. String of hearts going outside too. It is very dusty. It might need to be washed off.
Spray it down.
Thank you.
I got a surprise for you when we edit. Love you, boo. This is a cat. Bonk. Proud of you and your videos. You did a good job. Just looking at it all
We got string of whatevers here. It's massively long, and I have someone to carry my train.
It's getting pulling me out the door. Look, it's so long it's getting caught on everything.
That's what she said.
This is true. You can lop it all off. Ow, man. Stab me in the nipples.
Aloe going outside.
Sorry, boyo. Oh.
So this is my Peperomia Trinervis bicolor, and it was sort of a spur of the moment thing putting it in here, but I kind of like it.
Alright, need names.
So variegated Hindu rope at the bottom, which it's buggy, and I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. And then the Kalancho something or other. It's a Kalancho on the top. It's the only Kalancho I've purposefully bought.
And the Codex.
Oh, and the Codex, yes. Big old Bowia. And I could have just no! I could have just cut the foliage back and I'm sure it would have been fine, but there's seed pods on here and I kind of want to harvest them if I can. So I need the vines intact so that they finish ripening. And then look at Mr. Bowia. He's doing some weird, splitting there and is so shiny. So I'm thinking he's going through a lot of puberty, new growth here. I might need to repot him soon, I think.
Rebirth.
Another little Bowia seed pod.
Yeah, show it.
I did yesterday.
Oh.
Yay! In the baggie. So Ceropegia ampliata, and I wasn't planning on putting this guy outside because he's got a lot of new growth and I kind of wanted to keep it that way, but he's got some mealybugs that refuse to die.
Got to go.
So it's going outside for treatment. Big old aloe vera that my mom gave me.
A nice bag.
A bag of cacti seedlings and another aloe vera. So, a euphorbia, it starts with an L, it's escaping me at the moment. And my variegated Hoya, these guys are going in the living room. Normally I'd put this guy out, but I'm not 100% sure how well rooted he is. So I don't want to lose him. It's going in the living room. And then Casey's got a variegated Haworthia Patagonia. And I forget the name of it. It's related to an African violet.
Want to smell?
Streptocarpus, I think.
Oh, outside.
Yes.
Where you got it?
I'll grab the tray and take. Crab walking with my ficus. Big old fiddle leaf to the living room.
Doing my part right here. Whoa!
Okay, so the big old shell macrame is going to be in the living room. Got a ripsalis on it and a fringe flower.
It's my belly, don't look at that. Ooh. Ooh.
ZZ Raven and I forget the name of this Hoya. Going out. You want to get those first? Oh, I fertilized with fish fertilizer the other day, and this one's still very stinky.
Whoa.
Big old staghorn. I gotta wash my hands. That was real stink.
Oh, that one lingers.
Big old rattlesnake calathea. I think I might wash it off. The leaves are dusty, so I'll just take it outside for now.
Nice fancy table. And a cat that just snuck out the door. Hey!
Frederica. Okay, some of my gems. Putting them in a safe spot.
Another stool. Yeah! And some, whatever this thing is.
Just somewhere on the rack. Another stool. This one's getting a little moldy. It's going to go outside and I might repaint it.
Another footstool. And whatever this is.
Another plant rack that could probably use a paint job. So a little baby voodoo lily. This is for Julia. And hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll be sending out her package. So I'm going to put this in the living room. And then my beautiful variegated string of hearts that my friend Jess gave me. Y'all know the horror story behind that one. So I am keeping this protected in the house. Bucket full of shit. And a pot full of shitty plants. More little gems and things. This is Lucius, who was my locker tortoise. And a big old amethyst.
It's a dirty dog butt coaster.
Pottery and another amethyst. All right, I think we got majority of it out. My big wicker chair will be moved. Will be moved probably as needed day of. And most of the plants are out. I think that the Adansonii is out of the way enough. And if it has to be moved later, it will. I do have a few hanging plants like the Black Pagoda, which I really need to repot. Micans, Ruby Cascade, and a Cebu Blue, which they can hang out here until absolutely needed to move. And those we'll probably just put on the floor in the living room or on the grass outside if it's nice out. So yeah, that is us clearing out the sunroom. I'm hot and sweaty, and he's always hotty.
Woo! Why can't this thing swivel and I turn around the cat in the big old back chair and be like, you fools?
But next I will just be cleaning up the windowsills, maybe getting some of the debris off of the floor. So yeah, that will do it for today, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Oh, goodbye.